You said on the show that you're looking for your fifth Spice Girl to join your tour. So I have to ask you, have you found the fifth Spice Girl?
Yeah, Victoria, and she's come back now, so we're going to be doing something at some point. You look great.
Thank you. Do you know why I wore the skirt? Because obviously drag, it's super out there, super
Oh, it
extravagant.
is.
So
Tell
I'm
me
like, what's
about
the most
it.
extravagant thing in my wardrobe that I can wear?
It works.
That's comfortable.
It's
so
great.
Thank you so
Love
much. Well, you look fantastic as well. And you
Thank
look
you.
great on the show. And it just seems like you're having the time of your life. Like, I love when the camera cuts to you. You're just like all excited.
No, I am. I don't know how they contain their excitement on the panel. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, literally.
Because what you see their work come to life, you know, from their hair, their makeup, their nails, the whole waist cinched corsets, the whole drag is just brilliant. How can you not get excited?
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to see every week. You know, they get given like a bit of a... How can I put it? They get given like a tester to be able to interpret things that you know each episode they have to do. So it's always a shock when they finally come out on stage, like, oh, that's what you're doing, or that's what you're singing. And some of them really, really go for it. They own it.
Would you say this is the most fun you've had on a show?
I always have fun no matter where I go.
You bring the fun.
I have to say that this show is just up there with the excitement, and I think because it's the first time it's been set on a global stage. It's you got people from everywhere. You've got somebody from Tel Aviv, somebody from Philippines. So they're representing where they come from also. So you really feel like you want to just get behind them and cheer them all on, as well as give constructive criticism too.
Yes. Yes, I love how global it is. Like when they're introducing the contestants and seeing where they come from, like Mexico, like all these places. I'm just like,
I think that
give it
adds a whole different
layer
element.
to it,
and the fact that the first time they're singing live.
Yeah.
You know, before it was all kind of lip synced and they could get away with stuff, but singing live, you know, that's a whole different other pressure, because the first thing to go when you're nervous is your voice. It can crack, it can get all wibbly wobbly, and they're sucked in and still having to be singing from the diaphragm. So it brings a whole, many different layers of pressure on each and every single one of them.
And working with such incredible judges like Trixie Mattel, Michelle Visage, did you learn anything about those two that inspired you or surprised you?
Well, Trixie got me to wear a corset for the first time.
Talk to me about that.
And I'd never worn a corset before.
Ever?
But because, like, in this show, you can actually ask them, like, why is your shape like this and not like this? Like, why have you gone heavy up here or heavy down there? Why haven't you kind of evened it out a bit? So you can really get to the nuts and bolts, if I can say, as to why they've shaped themselves the way they shape themselves. And there's only so much talking about that you can do without actually going, well, let me see what that feels like. So I did like two shows I managed with a corset on, and I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, how are they moving around and kicking and flicking their hair with all this constricted? So I mean, kudos to them.
Kudos to them.
Brilliant. I've got my corset at home. Staying there for a bit.
I love seeing this one contestant who was fanning over Michelle, because obviously Michelle's a huge part of the drag community. But I wanted to ask you, do you have a crazy fan encounter story that's like number one? And you're you must have loads, but do you have like one that's like number one?
Well, when I first met Nina Cherry, I met her at this kind of after party thing, and I'm a huge Nina Cherry fan. I mean, I know all the words to Buffalo Stance, all of her songs. And I saw her, and I was like in the corner hyperventilating, just staring at her. She must have thought I was a complete weirdo. And then finally I plucked up the courage to go over, and I think I just said, oh my God, I really love you. I'm your biggest fan. And I hugged her and then ran off.
You didn't even wait for her reply?
No, because I was that starstruck. And then when I met Stevie Nicks, I kind of did the same. She came on a show that I was a judge on in Australia. And I think I just went, Stevie! Shouted from the panel in a rehearsal. I just thought, what is this crazy girl doing?
Oh my God.
But yeah, I get really excited because Nina Cherry and Stevie Nicks I've grown up with. So yeah, I was very pleased.
I love how you just go for it though. You've got to.
Yeah, I was like the shy fan.
What
and
about
just blurted it out.
What about on the flip side? Like, have you had anyone do something like that to you that's like a crazy like fan that's like, oh my God, it's Mel B?
I mean, yeah, we've encountered quite a lot, you know, touring the world with all us five, and we promoted our movie and then another song and another song. So you get to meet some really like loyal, hardcore Spice fans.
Hard.
Yeah, and I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of, I'm so glad we segued into that. You said on the show that you're looking for your fifth Spice Girl to join your tour. So I have to ask you, have you found the fifth Spice Girl?
Yeah, Victoria, and she's come back now, so we're going to be doing something at some point. But I just like to say that to get a little bit of dig into my girls.
But what qualities are you looking for in your fifth Spice Girl?
Well, we've got 5 Spice Girls, so I can't really say
one,
that. There can't be a 6th one. There's just us 5.
Not from the show? They can't join you on tour?
No. But I love being on their show because
show.
I'm like a guest of. I feel like I'm honoured to be part of their show.
Part of their world, their show. Fair enough. Well, I'm looking forward for that tour, girl. I can't wait. It has to happen. But then being on this show, on their show, did you almost like? Did it get you excited to then be performing again?
Oh yeah, and it just like I'm in my element when I'm on stage with my 4 other girls. You just can't beat it, and you get to perform your own music. You get to wear what you want to wear. We're all kind of styled and coordinated, but we're still, as ourselves. I'll always have leopard print. Nobody else on the stage can have leopard print when I do. But yeah, there's nothing beats it. That's why this show is so important, not just for the fact it's global, but the drag that they're doing and singing live is not easy. If anybody can just think they can just get up there and perform, it's not just as simple as that. No. It's the whole look, the whole attitude, the whole commitment, and it takes a lot, And if you're not good at it, you are gone, literally.
But speaking of not good, obviously most of the contestants were good, but for the ones that maybe where you do have to give that constructive criticism, I know you've judged before, but how do you find that? Does it get easier each time having to tell someone?
With this lot, especially on this show, they will come for you. They will come for you. I've said a few things and then gone, right, I wish I hadn't said it because I think she's going to come and get me in the car park or something. But you know what? I'm giving you my 25, 30 plus years of experience. So hold your tongue. But then I go, oh my God.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that or chosen different words. But even though you've been been in the industry for so many years, did seeing these contestants perform, did it inspire you in any ways? Is there anything you're going to take?
What I really what was heartfelt for me is that you get to understand their journey. And, being part of the drag world, doing drag, being who they want to be and standing proud and loud is not an easy road. They've had lots of their friends killed, been bullied, been targeted. So you really get to feel their struggle, even if it's just for 2 seconds on the show. You really get to understand their journey more, and you feel really compassionate and really like this should not be happening. So thank God it's on a global stage now, and people can get to see it no matter where they're from.
And is there a show or episode that you won't forget that day of filming? Like, what was the best day?
It depends which one they edit into what, because there's quite a few moments. There's some breathtaking moments. There's some performances that you just go, how are you doing that like that with that part of your body? It's like really like, oh my God. Brilliant, like jaw-dropping.
And my last question is, so for me, like, drag inspires me to just be a bit more out there in terms of my style. So how does it inspire you, and what would you say is your most extravagant outfit that you've ever worn?
Oh my God, I've got so many extravagant outfits.
I know, that's why I asked.
They're all very rhinestoney and leopard print. It inspired me to want to be able to wear a corset for longer than just a few hours, because I don't know how they can function and move, but they do. And just that bit of pain makes all the difference. They look incredible. Yeah. So it's really inspiring because they're in their outfits for many, 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 many hours and still looking flawless. That makeup doesn't move. The wig may move a little bit on purpose for them if they want it to. There's been a few wigs being snatched off and then put back on.
Put it back,
It's funny. Very, 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 very well done also, I have to say.
Yeah, I've been told to wrap, but thank you so much, Mel B.
Oh, thank you.
This was such a nice chat. I loved the show. It was so fun.
Lovely.
It's different.
Good.
It's just so nice.
It is different.
It's different to all, a lot of singing shows that we see.
Exactly.
So it was super fun. Thank you so much.
I loved this outfit.
Oh, thank you so much.